I'm here at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival with Abi Roberts. We've just seen your show, musical CID. Thank you very much for talking to Dry Stone Radio.
Pleasure. It's really lovely to meet you, Hollie. Do you like the show?
I did. I loved it. I thought it was really. It was a nice. Because, you know, when you come and see a lot of comedy at the Fringe and there's a lot of kind of stand-up and you're kind of listening, but it's nice to be part of a conversation or to watch a conversation, which is the setup of the show.
Yeah, and it's very much, I call it, it's like a three-way, it's like a sort of threesome. I think of me and the guest and the audience, and then we've got the tech at the back who's like a sort of voyeur watching what's going on. And it was just lovely today, and really it's such a chilled-out show, and depending on the guest, they can be, like, Sean Walsh was very up for, like, doing dancey stuff. Paul McCaffrey was the same, and then we have like the guest today, Mary Burke, who's just so funny. She's got just a great Irish lilt and everything, and so
and she's really a chum of yours as well.
Yeah, we're flatmates, so she has literally seen me, like first thing in the morning, going, oh no, we've only got another 22 days to go at the Fringe. But she's lovely. So we got on really well. Yeah, and I've learned a lot from her.
Well, we'll hear a bit more about the show in a second and how you've kind of set it up and stuff. But we're going to the Trivial Pursuit Yourself part of the interview. So if you'd like to roll the dice, we'll find out what you're going to land on.
I thought it was a sweet. I'm a bit disappointed.
Orange. So that is sport and leisure.
Yes, because that is my favourite activity.
Okay, so the question is, it's actually not a sport, but is heckling or dealing with hecklers a sport in your opinion, and how do you deal with it?
Dealing with hecklers. Now, what's really interesting is when I started out doing stand-up about 3 years ago, heckling, I remember someone saying, don't plan what your response is going to be, just go with the moment, go with the flow. You've got to be quite quick-witted, you've got to think really on your feet, and sort of be in the moment. And but if someone does a really good heckle, I remember Greg Davis said to me, who I love, he's a brilliant stand-up, he said, if someone does a really good heckle, doff your cap to them, say, respect, well done, 10 points. Don't try and like get into an argument with them.
Right, yeah.
Because if you lose, then you're kind of on the back foot.
You kind of, I suppose you'd lose the audience.
Yeah, but it's, do you know what? In my time, I don't think I haven't really had any heckles. I think maybe the Comedy Store, where I just said, I don't know how rude we're allowed to be on this.
Well, we can beep if necessary.
I think he shouted something out, and I said something like, "If your cock's as big as your mouth, I'll see you at the bar later." And that got really nice. But it's one of those things where you can't sort of go, "Oh, if that happens, I'm going to say this," because it always looks like rehearsed.
Right. Okay. Have another roll then.
Okay. Blue.
Ooh, geography.
Oh yes.
So, okay, this is about hometown trivia. What's the quirkiest thing about your hometown? First of all, where are you from, and what's the quirkiest thing about it?
Oh God, my hometown. Well, I'm from a lot of places, because my dad's Welsh and my mum's Scottish and Irish. But I was born in Kent. Oh my God, I was born in the Garden of England, and then lived in London. I've lived in London all my life, and then I went to Swansea University, and I've lived in Russia. To be honest, I'd say what can I say? The quirkiest thing. Let's talk about Moscow. The weirdest thing, the quirkiest thing would probably be the underground stations,
right?
There, and the announcement on the tube, which goes "Осторожно, двери закрываются, следующая станция, Leninский проспект," which is roughly translated as "Mind the doors, please, ladies and gentlemen, mind the doors. Your next station stop is Perivale." So that's because I think London, it's like there's nothing quirky about it. It's just sort of the city.
And you're fluent in Russian.
I am. Yes, I'm not
Which
just making
was a shock mid-interview.
Yes, mid-interview. And the more I drink, the more fluent I seem to get. So like if you have vodka, suddenly become, my God, you're amazing. Different languages.
Was it compulsory at night school to have a shot of vodka as you were learning?
Yes, it was definitely. And I lived there for a couple of years in the mid-90s when I was at like university studying. So that was really weird, weird time, but just fantastic. Really good. Yeah, I'm glad I did it then.
Yeah.
And not now.
One more roll of the dice then for the Trivial Pursuit yourself.
Okay. This is such a great idea.
Orange again.
Orange again.
Okay. So it's a weighed dice, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, best way to warm up before a gig. You know, do you do any stretches or exercises or?
What do you think? Best way to warm up before a gig? Actually, probably make sure that I'm not really anyone who not really someone who sort of does humming, you know, like an actor doing stuff. But I think probably the best way to warm up is know pretty much what you're going to be doing for your set. You know, like a rough set list. Make sure your jaw's nice and loose. And that you've had lots of water, because you don't want to get dry mouth. That awful Alan Partridge. I don't really know what I'm saying. Like you're at a conference, you know, you're doing a speech sort of thing, and just make sure you're loose and you're kind of you're in the zone and you've listened to the right music to get you.
And what music do you do you listen to get you in the zone?
Get ready.
Doing your own musical CID on you now.
My own musical CID. Do you know what I really love? Electric Six. You know, danger. You're really surprised.
And Gay Bar.
And Gay Bar. Danger. High voltage. We're going to, and Gay Bar.
Did you see my
exactly.
eyes wide?
He was like, what? It's just because it's so kind of like diddly-did. It's kind of weird electronic disco.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I just love, the way he goes, danger, it's a high voltage. When we touch, when we kiss. It's just so, and the video's mad as well. And that sort of gets you into that, doesn't matter what happens. It's kind of like, and also, I was thinking, because lovely Robin Williams passed, and I saw him live. I met him in 2008 in Las Vegas, weirdly, saw him live. But, you just think to yourself, I always think of him from going to go on stage, because I'm like, just go on and just play and laugh, and they're there to be entertained, and, you know, it is what it is. Be in the moment.
I did really enjoy the show today, specifically because the kind of the funky and disco-y choices of Mary Burke would just suit me down to a T. I was like really getting involved, dancing in my seat.
Chair dancing, we call it. It's kind of, or sometimes you do feel like the audience want to unleash, want to just get up, but it's like 10 to 1 at lunchtime. It's kind of a bit of an odd time. But
people might not have their sandwiches settling at that time.
Yes, exactly. Their sandwiches, But it's kind of listening party, I think, musical CID. You know, and it's sort of, some people want to go really get into the songs, and other people want to dance, and then, you know, real sort of variety.
Yeah, awesome. Survival tips for the Edinburgh Fringe.
Oh my God, survival tips. Right, survival tips. Drink plenty of water, like just keep hydrated. Try and keep as dry as you can.
Which has been difficult this year.
Literally, it's like rain, sun. So I call it sort of menopausal weather. My God, make up your mind. And eat, try and eat sort of as much as you can. And just, survival tips, just enjoy it, because you don't just do one Edinburgh, you do loads of Edinburghs in your career. So there isn't like one, it isn't like you're preparing for like a wedding or something, or like an important exam. It's like, this is what we do. So just enjoy the hell out of it.
Absolutely.
Would be my...
Now, if you could tell us, you've got 2 shows on at the Fringe this year.
2 shows, yeah.
Tell us about
2 shows, which one you've just seen,
yep.
Abi Roberts musical CID, where I have one guest stand-up comedian. I've chosen stand-ups as opposed to character comedians, just because they're themselves, and they it's easier to talk to them, and specifically comedians, because comedy and music I think go really well together.
Absolutely.
Send them 20 questions, varied questions, and then we sing karaoke at the end just for a laugh. And I have to learn.
Has anyone surprised you so far with a really great voice with the karaoke?
Really great voice. Oh, let me think. Rich Wilson was pretty good. Do you know Rich? He's a good mate of mine. He's doing a great show called One Foot in the Gaze this year. It's not what it's not how it sounds. And he was really good, and we sang "Relight My Fire" at the end. Oh God, that was fun. That was a fun show. So it's really good for people. You learn a bit about music, songs, and the comedian, and their life, and it's kind of cathartic and confessional, and just great. I call it like a listening party. I would think probably is a good description. And then my other show is Twerk in Progress. That's my solo show for an hour, and there's a bit of twerking involved. There's a nice story, there's kind of a thing that runs through it, and then with lots of jokes, and me doing some blurred lines in the style of Shakespeare.
Oh wow, which is an interesting combination.
An interesting combination, yes. I do. Yes, I do try. I make the lyrics of blurred lines more acceptable. I do Shakespearean verse. So yeah, it's good fun. It's like a real mixture, and there's no songs in my solo show. It's just stand up. Yeah.
Fantastic. Abi Roberts, thank you very much for talking.
Thank you. Pleasure.